Hello, good evening, and welcome to another big milestone in Live for Speed history. It's the Fragmaster's Fox Friday 800th event special. Yes, you heard that right. 800 events. That's 800 weeks of Fox Friday in Live for Speed. This is a one-off broadcast, but it isn't a one-off race. This is the 49th round of the 2025 Fox Friday Championship in Live for Speed at South City, Chicane route reversed. You're watching Sim Broadcasts, and joining me in the commentary box tonight, it's not just Michael Málek for this one, it's Adam Sears as well. Michael, welcome along first of all.
Good evening everyone, happy to be here again.
Yeah, good to have you along again for another Fox event, Michael. And Adam Sears, this is your first Fox Friday.
Yeah, privileged to have been asked along. Looking at that event number, that's an insane milestone.
Yeah, it works out around about 16 years if you do the maths. Of course, the team celebrated their 15th anniversary earlier in the year, so yeah, they're racking up the numbers as we head into tonight's event. And well, it's a bumper event that we've got for you all tonight, and it forms part of course, the 2025 championship. Here are the remaining rounds of this year's championship, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, bear in mind, if you want to compete in the final round of the championship, that it starts an hour later than normal. Note the different start time at 2100 UTC. But yeah, round 49, 3 rounds to go in the championship after tonight. And yeah, it's great to be asked along to celebrate another milestone with the Fragmasters team. Always a pleasure to do that. Let's have a look at the event format for tonight, because as I said, it's a bumper one. We've got the usual one-shot qualifying session, which has started in the background. We've got drivers on their flying laps. We're going to bring you pictures of that just as soon as we can. And then we've got two 20-lap races, both with that mandatory pit stop. The second one is going to have that reverse top 15. And then the feature race, which is going to be 40 laps, an absolutely epic feature race with the results of race 2 reversed for that one. And yeah, we reckon we're going to be here for around about 2 hours. So lots of interesting stuff happening. Without any further ado, we'll talk about stuff between qualifying and the first race. But let's get some qualifying action on stream and see how the drivers get on in one-shot qualifying. One out lap, one hot lap. Let's see how they get on. So on camera, we have Sufort, who is going to be the first lap time, Michael.
Absolutely, my fast teammate, and he goes over the line with a provisional pole position 1 minute, 1 second, and 69 hundredths of a second. Let's see if Saidos Gabor will be able to beat him. These two are always very close together and near the top of the field, so it's very likely that one of these will be the winner of tonight's event.
Beautiful looking car as well. That is insane. I love that.
I like it. One car has cross start finish, and Michael Málek's already called the overall winner. We've got BMW Pekarinki is the next car to come across the line, as Gabor takes overall pole position with a 1:1:54. Very, very close, of course. And yeah, Michael is right, though, to be fair, Adam, that we're going to see these two hopefully at the top of the times. Pekarinki coming across the line. It does indeed.
I'm getting I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm getting a mild Michal vibe from. Oh, that is a big gap.
It's
I see what you guys mean.
Yeah, it might have been a compromised lap. You know, this is a tricky combination. We've got that fast chicane, which, to be fair, in this direction, this is the reverse direction. The chicane is more forgiving, I would say. When it's downhill, the car is way more unsettled. But going up the hill does seem to be more favourable with the drivers. As Al Payson there goes third place, a more representative lap time there. As we switch to Finn, Michael.
Yeah, he's another Fragmaster member of Finn UK, a long-time member who is just about to finish his lap. And it looks like he might be around third place as well. Goes over the finish line, and he goes actually fourth, just behind his teammate Al Payson. And right over the line, now we are watching Panteo. It was another car. Another Fragmaster member of Panteo is now in the final turn, getting away from that 170 degrees U-turn and onto the finish straight. Let's see where he slots.
I know it's early days, but we are seeing quite a big difference in lap times here, which is quite interesting.
Yeah, it's one-shot qualifying, so it's quite a challenge for the drivers to do a consistent outlap and then nail it on one lap. It's a real challenge and does separate the drivers out quite significantly.
Have you got to manage temperatures as well doing that?
Yeah, of course. The drivers tend to use the fastest compound, the softest compound for a sort of a steady outlap, and sometimes you can get it wrong and you can overheat it. And because you only get one shot, the prep lap is really important. Rex next. Onto the home straight it goes. Can he join his Fragmaster's teammates? He normally puts it on a high position, and he does. It's third place.
Good effort.
Yeah, it's a 4 in a row for the Fragmaster from P3 to P9, and now it's MRC Gabriel just finishing his lap. Will he slot in between? No, he beats all of them. He goes provisional P3, half a second behind his teammate Suffer. And another teammate, Mate14 from Master Race Car, is now... He's weaving around like he's on the outlap, but it's actually his timed lap.
Yeah, it's
so I'm not sure what's he about.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he thinks he knows, but this is his flying lap. So, I mean, he's already weaving down the home straight. So I would say that this is probably an aborted run and is not going to be representative of his pace. Off camera, I've just seen Mega hit a wall coming out of the chicane. As yet, Matty confirmed our suspicions. And he puts it on P8 provisionally. Mega's hit the wall coming out the chicane, Michael, so this could be a little bit slower as well.
Yeah, there's minor mechanical damage to his left rear suspension, but nothing too serious. He seems to be a little bit oversteery in this turn, but his splits seem to be quite reasonable, so let's see how well he fares the rest of the straight.
I think that sort of indicates as well that that lap time that we just saw would indicate that Pekarinki lap time is probably not representative of the pace. Given that he's still behind that one that was weaving about.
Yeah, not sure what happened on that lap. Didn't catch the full thing, but this time Samet had a great chicane and he's got a really nice run out onto the home straight. He's a quick driver, is Samet. Let's see what he can manage. P4.
It's a very good effort, and we are now switching to Skyfall, who is also finishing his lap, and he has a very strong middle sector, I would say, so he might end up in the first half of the provisional grid of the race. Let's see in a few seconds what lap time he gets. Over the line, and he goes P6, so exactly in the middle as I predicted. Nice. And he hears AK Destroyer from Sinoris over the line and goes P5 provisionally.
Yeah, the laps are coming thick and fast now. We've got El Cor, and then we're going to have immediately following his teammate Fustuk as we go over start finish. Now, very nice turned out livery that for Sinoris again, and it's third place. Great lap that. Not quite in the 101s. Only 2 drivers doing that just now. But lots and lots of drivers yet to go. The server is absolutely rammed full of people.
Absolutely, and another Sinoris entry, Mr. Fistic, is in the final turn, having a pretty good line. Almost hit the wall, but all good. And over the start-finish line in a few seconds, and he goes P10. In between Alpace and Panteo, both Fragmaster members. And here's a Heko S from Sinoris as well, with a similar split time. So should be around that middle of the timing tower.
So with these cars, are we seeing people from the same team sharing setups and working together?
Yeah, that tends to be the case. Highly likely. Lots of people share setups between teams as well. And yeah, quite a friendly community we have here as Hako goes P10. I say friendly, he's just nicked his teammate's position in qualifying. What's next? Just coming out of the final corner. We call it the final corner. It's not. There's 2 little kinks before you get there, but realistically, they are flat out in this machine, so they don't really matter in qualifying. Let's see what we get from Hiwatt. And it is P6. But well, what have we got next, Michael? It's the champ. It's TJ.
Yeah, it's Mr. TJ himself, the champ of the Fox Friday, very skilled and fast driver, and he's the one who will be competing on the pole position tonight. And let's see what split time he does. 31.73. I think it's the fastest we've seen so far. And let's see how late he manages to break into the final turn. Very late. He keeps it very tight. Let's hope he doesn't hit the wall on the outside. No, it's a perfect line. and I'm quite confident to say that he will be likely on the pole position, or at least very close, with a few seconds left to complete this lap. Over the line, and it's P2 actually, 1/10 behind Gabor.
Yeah, 100th of a second ahead of Sufor. Unbelievable how close these drivers are at the top.
It's nice to see someone pip in and get involved in that after we saw those two set laps very early on. It's nice to see there's some more people that are going to get involved in that top scrap.
Yeah, I mean, if it's anyone, it's going to be TJ. But we've got Tamas now, another of the Sonoris drivers. Fantastic livery, that very very nice as they come across start finish.
You're not going to miss it, are you?
P10. So another P10. That's the third P10 from Sonoris so far. P10 for Stuck, stolen by Hako, and then Tamas has done a P10 as well. Champion plays YT is next in that unmistakably bright red machine, and let's see what he can manage. P18 at this point in the race,
typical performance of a red car. Anyway, here's Hermione in a bluish car, just finishing his lap, and he's about a similar pace, so he might be around P18 as well. Let's see, and it's P19, very close. And there goes Jay on the back straight. Brakes late, hugs the corner. Let's hope he doesn't hit the wall. No, he's a bit cautious, but all good, and now sprinting towards the finish line.
Yeah, it was two takes at the apex there, but he got the car back under control. As we go over start finish P16, next we switch to Nando Lonzo in that 555 inspired Fox livery. Let's see what he can manage.
Yeah, he took a very late apex in that final turn. Very interesting approach, but that should give him some extra speed at the final straight.
Yeah, over start finish he goes P21. We're going to get most of a full lap from Martin Kapal. Oh, that was an unfortunate time to go on board with Martin, who's in the commentary box with us once again. You can't hear him, we can hear him. He's not happy so far with his lap. This is a terrible lap from Martin so far. What a choice to go on board with him, Michael.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm ashamed of my longtime friend.
I think that might indicate to people, if you're driving, don't listen to things as well. It might be slightly distracting.
I think this is his first lap, to be fair, this evening. So
absolutely.
we'll spare him the blushes and watch from the outside camera.
Left
hand here, left here, Martin.
Push.
Oh, a bit too much push there. As we come down to start finish, what's Martin going to set tonight?
I think he will beat TJ. Let's see.
That might not be correct. P23.
Well, it's not last.
It's not last.
Yeah, he's second from the bottom.
Spin next. And let's see if Spin can get a good lap in. He can. It's P4. That's a super lap. A 101.84.
Where's that come from?
Well, good lap that. Majesta will be next.
That's a name I recognise.
And we'll be picking him up before the back straight. Yeah, you would have seen him in Retro Cup.
Yeah, Majesta is a very frequent attendant in many LFS events, and he's on a very good lap so far. Goes a little bit wider, but all good. And now sprinting towards the finish line. I think it will be within top 6, maybe. I'm not sure. It's very packed in that timing tower, so hard to predict now. Over the finish line, and he's P7. Damn new. As we now switch to Ivan.
These cars have some vibrant liveries, don't they?
Oh, yeah, the drivers love this car, so they like to paint them. But yeah, the TAV team do have a nice colour scheme, if I do say so myself. It might be slightly biased by that colour scheme. If you see what I did there. But anyway. Yeah, the Fox is the most popular car in Live for Speed as well. We should add that as for context. As Ivan comes across the start-finish, P13 only for him, and Vic Dolos, another striking livery from the TAV team.
Nice they're different. Like it's on a theme, but they've got differences between them. Good to see.
Yeah. Quite nice. Victolo. Can he beat his teammate? Victolo's a quick driver.
Yeah, I think he will. He had much better split time, and he had a pretty good line through that final turn, so he shall be ahead. Let's see where he slots, and actually not. I'm impressed.
Well done to Ivan for beating his teammate. Fellow Sim broadcast commentator Mika Sarkinen is on the camera. LG Mies for Zavranis. See what he can manage today in the race.
Think he's in VR again today?
We'll find out in a bit. I think we'll find out if he's on Twitch first of all, so the viewers can bring up his onboard stream. Not sure that he is just yet, but he is. He's live. We'll bring you some pictures soon as he comes to the end of his qualifying lap. Let's see what Mies manages. 29th. He won't be happy with that. That is last place.
That'll be a fight back drive, won't it?
For sure. Well, hopefully you can recover from there. We are hopefully going to get a full onboard lap from Carfryer. This is his out lap, so we'll get on board and we'll try and ride around the streets of South City chicane route in the reverse direction.
We don't curse this one.
Well, hopefully not. Let's see what he does. Over start finish he goes all the way up to the top of 6th gear before heading downhill slightly under this this high downforce compression. Heavy on the brakes for the first real corner with a good exit there, not hitting the wall. Then you've got to focus. You've got to bite your bottom lip, suck in all the air, and try and thread the needle up the hill. The car unsettled there at the exit of the second part of the chicane, contrasting to the drivers who've set our top times today. A few jabs at the wheel as he puts the power down out of the chicane and up the highway on-ramp here, and then it's a bit of a time for breathing before the braking zone for the final corner. This is downhill, so the car can become quite unsettled as it bottoms out here on the brakes, turns in. You don't want to put the car on that curb, but he is running slightly wide, has to lift off late at the apex before getting back to full throttle, and then it's a flat run straight down to start finish. The final of the Sonoris drivers, as far as I know, that is going to set a time today. And what will it be for Carfryer? P19. I think that's everyone.
I think you can see from that he was trying to shut the car in. The car was fighting back. Is this a good time to talk about the challenges of the car?
We can do. I'll go through the qualifying results first, and we can have a quick break while the drivers warm up in the background, if that's quite all right with you, Sears. But yeah, let's run down the quali order and see where everyone stacks up. On pole position tonight, it is Gabba for Sidus, 101.54, ahead of TJ, Sufor, Sabin, who are the 4 drivers who managed to get into that sub 102 category. Then we've got El Cor, Gabri, Majesta, Samet Highwatt, and AK Destroyer, your top 10, with Rex, Tamas, Ivanar, Skyfall, Alpayson, Victolo, Hako, Fustuk, Carfryer, and Pantheo, your top 20. Over on the second page, it's Jay, Mega, Finn UK, Champion Plays YT, Hermani, Nando Lonzo, Matti, Martin Kapal, Pekka Rinki, and LG Mies, who are going to be your 30 qualifiers for the 800th ever Fragmasters Fox Friday in Live for Speed. You get your wish now, Sears. We're going to talk about the car again.
Thank you very much.
It's got a lot of downforce, this thing, Michael.
Absolutely, a lot of downforce and very shiny slick tires, so there's a lot of grip as long as you are not following the car very closely, which can send you into the wall, especially here.
Yeah, it's got a 2-litre inline-4 mid-engined rear-wheel drive configuration. It's got 190 brake horsepower, so plenty of punch for the half-ton weigh-in there. So yeah, quite a lot of power, but huge wings that really stick this thing to the road, Sears. So if you do get a chance to fling this thing around South City, you'll realise that while you do have the illusion of grip in many places, it is quite bumpy out there, especially through the chicane. The car becomes a little bit unsettled, and it's so easy to fling this thing into a wall, isn't it, Michael?
It absolutely is, and I can speak from my experience when I was racing in Fox Fridays. It's very easy to bin it.
Well, I mean, I'll say the code for this car is Fox, but from what I'm seeing there, it looks like a recipe for fun.
Yeah, we should rename it by petition to Fun. But yeah, that's a discussion for another day, I'd say. We have a bit of time. We've got about just 4 minutes to go before the start of our first race. So before we do any speak of the championship standings as they currently stand in the championship, let's have a reminder of what's happening tonight. We've got 3 races to bring you, 2 20-lap races. All the races tonight are going to have a mandatory pit stop just to make things extra spicy. Race 1 is 20 laps, straight result of qualifying, that one, so nothing too complicated. But then for race 2, we get a top 15 grid reversal. So keep an eye on the driver that finishes in P15. They will be in the unlucky position of pole for race number 2, which is another 20-lap race. And then our feature race, which is going to be in around about an hour and a bit's time, we think, will be based on the results of race number 2, and we'll also, of course, have that mandatory pit stop. Yeah, we're in for a marathon tonight, and it's going to be a treat. The 2.9 kilometre, 1.8 mile chicane route reverse configuration at South City is the stadium of choice tonight, and I can't wait. This is going to be chaos into turn 1, Michael.
Absolutely, we have exactly 200 seconds to go, so just over 3 minutes. And we can see that everyone on the server is right now practicing hard. Some are practicing the pit entry because it's a very vital thing to not mess up, especially with the mandatory pit stop. And it's quite usual that some guys might misjudge the entry and either hit the wall or get penalty for speeding, which destroys the race completely. So yeah, that's definitely something to watch out for.
Yeah, we say it time and time again, that the pit lane is still part of the racetrack. It still forms part of your race. You should definitely practice it between the qualifying and race session, especially if you've got time to kill. There you can see on your screen, this is the 800th ever Fragmasters Fox Friday in Live for Speed, the longest running weekly championship that has been. It's been going for almost 16 years if you do the maths, and that is a heck of a milestone. This event tonight does form part of the 2025 calendar, round 49, and that means we need to look at some championship standings. Chris has put these together for us, and it's Gabba who leads the way ahead of TJ, the 2 drivers that have put it P1 and P2 in that exact order in tonight's event, with Sufor P6 currently in the standings. He finished in P3 for the qualifying session. Happy D not here tonight yet. He might join later, I don't know. He's P3 in the championship at the moment, with Onifus, Roger Chen, Rex Payson and Gabri and Hiwatt rounding out your top 10 in this championship. We've got just under 2 minutes to go, so I'm going to let these results fly on by and allow you viewers to see just quite how many names we have on this graphic. There have been over 140 drivers this year scoring at least 1 point, which, yeah, it goes to show that Fragmasters Fox Friday is still as strong as ever. It is a bumper grid week in, week out. It's fantastic to see, and yeah, it's a privilege again to be here to broadcast another of these fantastic evenings of racing. It's going to deliver. Sears, I'm quite excited for you. This is going to be the first time you've been part of one, and you get to do it from the commentary seat. There you go, 143 drivers. What do you make of that?
Well, I'm a lot more excited to be sat in the commentary seat than I would be driving. I'd be so nervous. It's insane. That's a mental number. It just shows popularity of the series, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a weekly pickup series. It's been popular for years, and no wonder. We've also got the largest number of teams in a championship that I think we've ever broadcasted. I even had to add another page to this table before the broadcast. There were that many. But yeah, this is brilliant to just see this. But yeah, Sidus out there in the lead with almost 2,000 points ahead of Master Race Car, Fragmasters, Road Appraiser, and a bunch of other teams you can read there. Fantastic stuff. And yeah, there's a lot of them. Drivers pairing up together, some of them going solo, as you can see there. But great to see the continued strength of Fox Friday in LFS. 58 teams are participating this year. Great to see. 15 seconds to go. Let's make this a good one, gents. I'm going to throw the microphone over to Michael Málek for the start of race number 1. Take it away, Michael.
I am very thrilled. And the race will start in a few seconds from now. We are now loaded on the server. Let's check the grid. And there we go. It's Gabor on the pole position on the right hand side. Then it's TJ, Safar, Zbin, Elcor, Gabri, and so on. Around 25 drivers, if I'm mistaken, maybe even more. We have lights red, and they go green right now. And let's see who gets the best start. It looks like Gabor has a good start, but TJ has to go defensive from Safar, who is right on his tail, and might go side by side into the turn one. Safar is now setting up for overtake. Gabor goes defensive as well, but it's very light braking from TJ, goes on the inside of Gabor, who leaves the space, and it's now a battle with Safar again, who puts his nose around TJ, but now a single file through these chicanes, and let's see if everyone gets through very well. It seems so. I don't see. There's a pile up.
No.
Yeah, a huge crash, and
it's Carol going as well, all the way up the hill.
Yeah, it's a complete pinch point. So the drivers just were not expecting to have a car completely stationary in front of them as they exited the chicane. To be fair, a lot more of them have made it through than I thought. So we are racing, and it's a huge gaggle of cars further back. Absolutely unbelievable. As we've got Pants Theo going for a move on Victolo into the braking zone. Ahead of them, Al Payson and Tamas, I think it is, going side by side. But yeah, frantic action on the opening lap and a good start for our race leaders.
Yeah, small contact in the final turn. I'm not sure who that was. But yeah, it looks like Gabri. Maybe in the contact with Martin Kappel, I'm not sure. Let's see if any of these goes into the pit lane. Not anymore. We are now observing Gabor leading the race just tenths of a second ahead of TJ and so forth. They're right on his tail, and here's a battle between Gabri and Elcor, I believe, going side by side into the chicane.
Nice move.
And you can go side by side there. They tried, but they figured out it's not the way to go. And
it's not something like advice.
Yeah, just they are speaking from the experience that you can go side by side there. They know that very well. It's just about who lifts and who doesn't. Sometimes it happens that no one lifts and things go south. But here we go again. They are about to go side by side.
That's a big send. That he's got a mind he doesn't hit the car in front of him as well. Managed it.
Yeah, that was a very good send and very well done overtake.
Yeah, another great move from Summit. Just want to let you know that a lot of drivers that didn't do so well at the beginning there have already made their mandatory pit stop. We had about 5 cars in, and they're straight back out, so making good use of that dodgy start as Manchester is going around the outside here on El Cor, trying to make it stick. This is where we said 2 cars wide is a bit tricky, but they both get through on the new tyres. Manchester still on the outside line. And he's still hanging it on the outside. Can he do him around the outside? Yes, he can. He's through. And Samet's been passed up ahead as well. Samet's lost the place again to El Cor. Has he? Yes. Sorry, Gabri.
That was crucial to get that move done before that tight chicane as well.
Yeah, beautiful overtake. And as we speak, Safar has overtaken TJ for P2, so that's a change in the top 3, as we are now coming back to the pack around P13, observing Panteo going side by side with Jay, I believe. And it's now 2 white and 2 white behind them. Let's see who breaks the latest and doesn't cause any crash. All drivers are behaving very well. Yeah, they have a lot of experience, so it's great to see such clean racing.
Yeah, Rex is going to have a monster tow here now. He's got 4 cars ahead of him, and he'll be slipstreaming them all. Well spotted for the Sufor overtake. Yep, Sufor up to P2 in the race, with TJ dropping to 3rd. And we've got a battle for these leading pair. Be careful under the bridge here, folks. Panteo on the outside, 3 wide.
And another one's on the inside. Huge sense. Can he break it out? Yeah, he can. It's a fantastic sense.
Brilliant.
And Alonso makes 2 places without even getting into that corner, and now again single file through these chicanes very carefully because of the dirty air of the car ahead.
Oh! Is that going to be damaged there?
Yeah, for sure. He'll have got something from that. That was a big slap into the wall. He's also lost a bunch of time on the exit.
Didn't look smooth as contact. I think he just dropped it.
Here we've got Elcor and Manchester again. Manchester sliding on the exit in the lead there, with Elcor trying desperately to get back through. He'll have the slipstream. He's gone early, always forcing the move into the kink. Tricky to force that there, but they're both out side by side, over start finish.
Yeah, Manchester towards the wall on the left, still side by side. Manchester now on the inside. He shall get ahead, but I expect that Elcor will try to make a dive bomb. No, he actually doesn't. So he goes for a late apex, but there's not enough room to go alongside. Now he have to slot behind Manchester. That was highly opportunistic, and Manchester did see it coming, and that's the only reason they didn't crash.
Yeah, Victolo and Hako doing exactly the same thing behind, pretty much, but they are through in single file. It's a bit of a traffic jam forming at the minute behind Nando Alonso. He's got Mega, Pantheo, Rex, and a couple of others. Actually, Jay goes wide and allows Martin Capel to sneak through. So Martin's had a fantastic start to the race. He's up to P17 from his qualifying position.
And pack racing, you're just asking for a crash, right?
Yeah, multiple side-by-side battles with Rex and Mega and Nando Alonso, and everyone is fighting everyone. It's beautiful to see such great racing around here. We are now watching, who is that? Mega following Nando Alonso, who is now decided to go into the pit lane. That doesn't get penalty for speeding. No, it's very sensibly slowed down.
Looked like he just didn't want to be any part of that battle and just wanted to get out of it and keep a clean drive, I guess.
Yeah, Gabba cleanly away out front. He's got an 0.8 of a second buffer now to Sufor, and they're dropping TJ a little bit. The second, a gap of almost a second has formed as we switch back to Pantheo, who's under the rear wing of Mega into the chicane. It's really hard to follow another car in a slipstream through there, Michael.
Absolutely, the air is very strong with this close behind another single-seater car because of the downforce. So they are struggling a lot. And,
huge!
What happened there? It's Fragmaster Rex somehow forgot to turn. I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah,
I think he washed into the wall and clipped his rear on it.
Yeah, it does jut out a little bit there, but very unusual from a super experienced driver. Rex having a mare there, and Elcor and Majesta still together. Majesta always seems to be in a battle.
I think they're destined to have a battle this whole race, aren't they?
And so are these two. It's Hako and Victolo side by side again over start finish. Samet and Gabri are still battling. Gabri's almost getting passed by Samet actually there at turn 1, but they've gone into an order again. Sorry, Gabri still leading that pair.
We do find this in these races. You'll get a couple of drivers that are just on such similar pace. They just spend the entire race battling the whole time.
I mean, it's one of the unique selling points of the pickup series. There's always going to be somebody around your skill level to race. That's why people come back and enjoy this championship week in, week out. Because, well, unless you're Gabba, Sufor, and TJ all be racing themselves, you'll find somebody down the order to battle with. Martin's telling us in his ear that he's going in our ear that he's going past Pantheo. Thanks, Martin. Here he goes. Don't mess it up.
Directing his own race.
Exactly. Look at me, he says. It was a good move, though, to be fair. So
I'll give him that. You know what?
Yeah,
fair
you can have that. Samet's also got through in all the chaos down the order. Samet up to P5 on Gabri. Pantheo's getting Martin back in the slipstream. With a start-finish. Oh, side by side. And he's not going to want that. He's holding it there.
He's held it. And managed to not take out the person in front of him as well. It's good effort.
Good stuff.
So we have to see with the Samet thing if they're gonna keep battling or if one of them is gonna pull away from the other one.
I think, like you said before, unless they're close to other cars, they'll be stuck together. Mega leaves the pits just now, and he's hit the wall in a battle with Nando Alonso, side to side.
Yeah, here's Martin Capel against Victolo, who has just lost place to him, and right behind them is Fragmaster Pantheo, who is also very eager to get by.
Looks like we found a driver who's bucking the trend and is now on a charge.
Yeah, I mean, up the order in 8 laps to P12 and 13. Here we go again. Victolo going around the outside. Feel like I'm an N as he goes into the braking zone. Martin's going to try and come back at him. The car's twitching around. Lovely there. Oh, Victolo, surely no. He's going to force the gap. They're going to go in side by side. Martin has to brake. Pantheo takes the opportunity.
He's hurt his team out. Oh no!
Pantheo's hooked the curb. I mean, that's just that's brave, and Martin had to leave him quite a bit of gap.
Pantheo was gifted that to an extent and dropped it, but yeah, I think his teammate really helped him out trying to get through.
Let's let Martin have a bit of breathing room.
Yeah.
And let's focus on something else further forward. We've got Majesta and Elcor still together, but because they've been fighting Sears, Michael, AK Destroyer has latched onto the back of them here.
Absolutely, AK Destroyer is not too close enough to take advantage of the slipstream, but he's getting ever so closer with every turn. These two are going side by side, as you can see from his perspective. Still side by side, Manchester on the inside, Alcor on the outside, both breaking at similar time. And look at that, it looks like AK Destroyer is right on their tail, as they cannot figure out who is going first into that single file section. And I think on the back straight, which we will be entering in a few seconds, it will be a big opportunity for AK Destroyer to take advantage. He's right in the slipstream of Alcor, and looks like Alcor is losing touch with Manchester, so I think it will be AK Destroyer overtaking Alcor into the braking zone. There he goes. Alcor is not going defensive, it's the battle on the brakes.
It looks like that was crazy.
Yeah, it was a very clean move, and looks like a very clean overtake from AK Destroyer, but he's now giving a toe to Alcor again, so it will be again side by side very soon.
You see the difference between mentality of drivers here. Manchester and they were having that scrap, and Alcor, sorry. They were having that scrap and let people come up. Now, you've got two schools of thought there. Either don't battle, work together and pull a gap, or battle and hope that the person behind, you're the person in front when they catch up and they get caught up in a battle and you can clear off, which has happened here for Manchester.
Yeah, I mean, in a sprint race, it's kind of all for nothing. All for yourself, and you just got to go for it. And that's what the drivers are doing. They're just going to enjoy it and try and make the most of it. As we've got AK Destroyer now defending from Rex, who's trying to unlap himself. So that's always an uncomfortable scenario to be in, especially in a 20-lap race. We're over halfway already. This one has gone by quickly, hasn't it? As Rex here, is he going to go for it? No, he's waiting behind for now.
Yeah, he was instructed by AK Destroyer to go, but I don't think he wants to overtake him, so this might cause some chaos. And Alcor goes into the pit lane in the meantime.
Quite a large gap at the front now. 1.5 seconds already.
Pekarinki is backwards. He's in the little sort of lay-by at the exit of the chicane. We've got Martin Kapal going up into P10 as drivers around him. P9 as drivers around him all head into the pit lane. We've got some drivers splitting the race in half here, whereas the sort of generally held belief is that it's better to maintain track position unless you're in a battle that's costing you loads of time. So Martin at the moment is just watching cars around him pit, and he's just making up time for free while they go into pit lane together and will assumedly come out of pit lane together and fight each other again.
Yeah, absolutely. And if there's any track where track position really matters, it's the streets of South City. So it's very sensible to go as long as you can, unless you are slowing yourself with fighting everyone else. As we are now watching fighting of Ivan. Oh, it's actually with a lapped car. Yeah, I'm lapping. Yeah.
Nearly dropped it in the wall though.
Yeah, we've got drivers who've pitted because this is such a short lap. The lap here is around about 1 minute and 1 second long, as we saw in qualifying, and that is for some drivers a problem if they are far down the order for some reason. They're rejoining behind other cars, and then having to sort of be in this dilemma of, well, can I overtake? Will I overtake? Should I overtake? Because they don't want to get in the way of each other. As Gabber has just done his first, I think it's his first lapping, to get past Al Payson. With Sufor, and Sufor and TJ extremely close behind now. TJ's closed up to him.
Yeah, Sufor was held up a bit in the chicane by the back markers, so that allows TJ to get closer, but he's not close enough to take advantage of the draft. So Sufor is safe for now, but he has to be mindful about the upcoming back marker traffic, as LG Mies is right ahead of him. Crosses his racing line very insensibly, but doesn't slow him too much.
Yeah, that was good of him. He managed to get out of it before the chicane.
He didn't want any part in that, did he?
Not at all.
TJ into the wall slightly, but no major damage.
And again.
Yeah, we've got cars coming thick and fast. Back markers really playing a part in this one now. It's Al Payson just up the road from Sufor. Sufor's going to meet him at a good time, actually. It's the straight, so Al should be able to get out of the way easily here and allow these guys to get through.
But the other question is, if you're coming up to lap cars as the leader, would you want to just dive, especially as you get towards the faster ones, do you want to just dive in the pits then so you don't get held up trying trying to unlap yourself?
Potentially, but if all the drivers get access to the track map and they can see where the cars are in relation to them. And at the moment, ahead of the leaders, they've got a fairly healthy gap. At some point in the next 2 or 3 laps, there will be a major amount of traffic for them to contend with, and that's the point at which you'd pit. Yeah. Let's see what they decide. The laps are coming down. Like, we've got 6 laps to go in this race. Gabba's already on lap 15. So we've got Magesta in the pits.
Your point earlier, Pete, when you were talking about people pitting early on, if you're sort of top half but not near the front and you pit quite early on, you're pretty much guaranteed you're going to come out in the second half of the pack. Especially with such a lot short
pitting early at all, as in when I say early, I mean not in the last couple of laps. You're almost guaranteed to come out in traffic. It's a minute lap, and there are 30 cars. That is 2 seconds each on the track that they have.
It'd be interesting to see how it evolves, because obviously we've got 3 races today. It'd be interesting to see how it evolves over the course of those races. See if people start pitting later and later.
Difficult to say. Some people sort of decide their strategy before an event. And some of them aren't as maybe competitive or not thinking in terms of, okay, well, I'm not going to go for the ultimate win, as we've got 3 cars into each other there. Pantheo's in that. Got a Sonoris driver. Who's that trying to cut through? Oh, it's too uncomfortable.
Someone's not checking their mirrors.
Ooh, it's a bit gnarly, this, but they're all seemingly working it out at the top of the chicane. Uncomfortable viewing as Jay catches the apex.
Is this for position, or are some of these lapping?
It is between Jay and Victor.
Yeah,
yes.
Okay, that makes a bit more
side
sense.
By side, and Victor goes ahead.
Yeah, he's on the inside. He's got it done. Oh, Jay, super
late brakes.
Yeah,
very late braking, but he has to slow behind. It's Hako S now in the mix as well.
Yeah, still for position this, and he's on the outside, and he's going to have a huge slipstream off Victolo.
You can't look away from this one, can you?
No, I don't think so. This is a battle for P19, if you can believe it. Yeah, these drivers all want a slice of the action. Oh, it's a late move, but he's done it.
Got the inside for the next corner though, right?
Gabba's pitted. Gabba has stopped. And that is the first driver in our top group who has decided to come in there.
I guess that gives him time to warm the tyres up, right, for the end, assuming there's going to be a battle.
Well, tyres won't really come into it. He's cut into there in P5, which means the 4 drivers ahead of him. It's up to them now what they do. Gabba has come out. He's got traffic ahead of him now.
Well, did he have traffic ahead of him before that as well?
He did, but now these guys are not. They are not obliged to get out of his way, I don't think. Some of these. Oh, Ivan is. The next car is obliged to get out of the way.
The next 2 cars are about to leave space, but it's all better for position. But it's likely that those will pit on their own with the remaining clubs.
Yeah, Sufol is shouting blue flag in the chat. He's trying to get through on some of the cars.
He's miles back there. I think that's not massively reasonable.
No, not really, but he wants people to clear off before the chicane section. Look at this. He's going to be right up to the back of these guys. His Spin has pitted. Samet has pitted.
Oh, that's in the wall as well. In the background.
Who's in the wall? Oh, I didn't see it. Sorry.
The McLaren car.
Ah, okay. Too busy focusing on Victolo. Oh, Sufor gets tagged by a backmarker. That's exactly what he didn't want. He won't be happy with that. That was Victolo, who just he was on the exit. Sufor tried to sneak through with too much speed and ran out of road and tagged him. So that's not ideal. Gabba will be he won't be aware of it, but that's exactly what he needs to maintain his lead when these guys pit. Now, what's Sufor going to do? Is he going to pit now? Is he sick of all this backmarker traffic? No, he's going to stay out and maintain track position. Yeah.
The car ahead is his teammate, so it's unlikely that he will cause any major trouble as TJ is now into the pit lane.
TJ may be thinking, he's not my teammate, he might try and hold me up.
Yeah, very fast pit stop with no pit work. 1.2 seconds. And up to the speed. He's now third. Let's see where he goes out in relation to Gabor. Gabor is already ahead.
Miles ahead, but turning into turn 1, you can just see him there. Sufor's still out. He's coming out of the chicane up the on-ramp of the highway. And he has to pit this lap. This is it.
And that won't bode massively well for him because they were pretty close together before they pitted. And with that 1.3 second gap, it's not looking good.
it's not looking ideal, is it? But let's see what Sufor can manage. Really, he's in a battle here with TJ. But TJ's, by the looks of it, has had a cleaner run. In he goes.
It's crucial to see where he comes out of here, though, isn't it? We'll have to keep watching it.
TJ's in the final hairpin. Sufor is back, moving again. Gabba is going to go through. Here he comes. Swings around the outside. And TJ is in a bit of a slipstream battle here. He's been let through. Sufor is coming off out the pit lane, and TJ is still third.
He's within sight, though.
Yeah, he was much closer before they did the pit stop. And Gabba has opened up a gap on Sufor. You still watch Manchester dancing around here.
We were questioning the early pit stop, but I think he's proven us wrong there.
Yeah, I think so. That seems to have worked out nicely for him. He was not happy with the amount of traffic that was about to come his way, so he decided that was enough and bailed. And Michael, take him to the flag.
Yeah, we are now have only a few meters into the end of this first race out of 3 tonight, and it's Gabor who will be the inevitable winner of this particular sprint, as he's about to cross the finish line in a few seconds and solidify his victory here. There he goes. And it is P2 for Suffer with a lapped car behind. It's P3 for TJ, then it's Rex. Rex is actually a lap down.
The gap to P3 is crazy there.
Yeah, then it's actually Summit in P4, and it's Zbin, Master Race Car Gabre in P6. And let's wait for other cars to cross the start finish line. It's MRC Mate 14 in P7, then it's Manchester AK Destroyer Alcor running up the top 10, then his teammate Tamas in P11. And 12 goes another Signor's teammate Highwatt. Lucky number 13 for Martin Kappel, followed by Fistic. And let's wait who will be in the luckiest P15. And it goes to Panteo, who will be in the pole position on the start of the next race. It's P16 for Nando Alonso, very close with Mega, then Heiko S, Victor Alpezon, and 21st, last on the lead lap is Jay. And then we have some cars lap down, Rex, Carfryer, Champion Place, LG Mice, Hermani, Ivan, and Pekarinki. So a lot of finishers, actually.
Good to see, right?
Really good to see. Fastest lap went the way of Gabba. And I'm not going to go down the order as Michael has already done it expertly. It's Pantheo on pole position now. I want to get his insight. I want to know if he's happy with that, because he's it can be a blessing. It can also be a curse, Michael.
I think it's a curse because you have 14 much faster cars starting right behind you, and all you're trying to do is to survive. So yeah, it will be a very difficult task for Panteo to stay alive, as everyone will be streaming past him.
Yeah, I think we can see from the gaps, it wasn't a strategic. I'll back off and get 15th. The gap ahead was 9 seconds, and behind was only about 2. So that would have been a scrap for 15th.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of ways to look at this, but the other way to look at it is what happened at the beginning of race 1. We had plenty of drivers having less than ideal time through the chicane, and at least if you're further forward, there's fewer cars that can spoil your race start. So Pantheo just needs to try and drive away as best he can and have a good chicane, and then he should be able to score a good result. The guys in P15 have got to be careful that the leaders from the previous race might be picked up in an accident or something.
Can I make a public statement, please?
You have the means to, so why not?
I love a reverse grid race.
Yeah, me too. That's why we
love them. They're so good.
Yeah, some people love them, some people hate them. We do them for GTI Thursday, they work well.
I'm going to guess people that hate them are people that normally win and they don't like being put in 15th.
Sure,
it's good for us.
But yeah, it is. We're going to have a bit of a pause now, because we've got the race administrators lining the grid up for the start of our second race this evening. Just a reminder to everybody that is going to be another 20-lap race with, of course, that reversed top 15 that Sears has publicly expressed his love for. And yeah, another mandatory pit stop for the drivers to do. The result of this one is a straight set for the final race, our feature race, which is going to be the 40-lapper, which is going to be a little bit different because the drivers are going to have to be a lot more careful at the start of the race. There's more up for grabs in that race. It's a longer one. They don't have to go as crazy, but as the race develops, there is a potential for traffic to become an absolute nightmare in that feature race. It was already getting problematic in the sprint race.
Absolutely. And I think the dark horse of the start of race number 2 might be Martin Kappel, who is starting in 3rd position. And as long as he can get a good start, I think he can give a very hard time to Pantio.
Only time will tell. He's climbed up from the back almost of the grid to score that position there. So that is going to be an interesting one to watch.
What I'd like to draw people's attention to is as they get to the top of the hill, watch how everyone fans out and then squeezes down into an almost single file corner. It's crazy to see how spread out the field gets.
Yeah, turn 1 cars tend to either be 1 or 2 cars wide, and then as they go down to turn 1, it can be 3, 4 cars wide, and everybody has to go into single file for the chicane, otherwise they're going to end their race early. And yeah, it's a very, very dynamic track. This it's so different in some ways to the reverse direction, because in the other direction, the standard direction, the run down to turn 1, the cars sort of have to be single file by the time they get there because of the nature of the kinks. This is a much more demanding circuit at the beginning of the race than the other way around. The cars are sort of already in single file by the time they reach the chicane in the standard direction. But there we go. On screen again are the results from race number 1, with Gabba scoring the win in 21 minutes ahead of Sufor and TJ. Confirmation. Pantio is on pole position and the drivers are readying up. That means it's time to hand the microphone back over to Michael Málek to do it all over again for the start of race number 2. Michael, enjoy yourself, will you?
I'm enjoying every second of being here with you guys. We have still a few people to get ready for the race. Currently about 6, 5, 4. We are getting very close. Manchester, Samet, Heiko S and Victor are the only drivers that are left to be confirmed. So please wait for a few more seconds.
Yeah, just waiting for a few drivers to ready up here. And this always takes a little bit longer than we think. It's a little bit awkward sometimes. But Victolo, the final car is readying up. Michael, do the thing.
Yeah, let's go, Victolo. Yeah, still waiting for him. They might kick him from the grid if he doesn't get the... Yeah, he did ready up. And the grid is now loaded. And in about 15 seconds we will start. Yeah, let's see the grid. With Pantio on the pole position there on the right hand side from our view, followed by Fistic, Martin Kappel, Highwatt, Thomas, and so on. Another 30 drivers right behind them. And let's see who gets the best start, especially between Martin Kappel and Pantio. These two are the strongest drivers with the start at the beginning. We have red lights on, and as soon as they go green, we go green in South City for the race number 2. It looks like Martin Kappel has a very good start. He's already alongside Fistic and maybe even ahead, but he's not close enough to get by Pantio. So let's see if everyone gets away cleanly. There's a small contact behind, but nothing too serious. Let's now watch. Oh, there's a contact between, I'm not sure what it was, but cars are continuing in the right way. Well. And let's see how many people die here. It looks fairly safe, I would say. Yeah, I don't see anyone dying on the minimap, so it was very cleanly executed, single file through that. Fantastic work by everyone in that race. And Panteo now leading ahead of Highwatt, who is now in a battle with Martin Kappel, followed by Alcor and AK Destroyer. Yeah, 3 wide behind them with Sufor, but we are now watching Martin Kappel for P2 against Highwatt. Now takes the place back and will be in the draft of Panteo, as we are already finishing lap number 1. It's Panteo, Martin Kappel, closely followed by Highwatt. this might go 3 wide into turn number 1. Let's see. It's now Highwatt alongside and ahead of Matingapal, and let's see if they have enough speed to catch Pantio before the braking zone.
That's
And
what
Gabor
me
is-
trying to make a move on TJ back there.
Yeah, I think
Gabor-
everyone was trying to make a move on TJ. They've gone in the pit lane. Oh, contact between
small
Martin
contact.
and Highwatt.
Yeah, and Gabor was into the pit lane. It was sensible from him as he now gets into the clean air for the time being. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see all these people are out in front and trying to make their cars as wide as possible. Elbows are out. They don't want to lose these positions.
Absolutely, and it looks like Pantio is enjoying clean air while everyone behind him, especially Martin Kapal, AK Destroyer, and Elcor are fighting their left. They go side by side into the braking zone, and looks like Zbin into the mix, make some progress. There's a small slip ahead from, I think it was AK Destroyer, I'm not sure who that was, but now still side by side. Does somebody go into the pit lane? No, but it was a small contact
Ooh, a
that
dummy.
forced essentially one of the cars away from the racing line. Will we go 3 wide there? Let's see.
Yeah, proper stuff this by the drivers as they all fly through turn 1. That angle's brilliant to see how fast it is through there.
3 wide into there, and AK Destroyer very late braking.
Where did that come
Yeah,
from?
nice feedback from Zbin, and Elcor waits behind them, and looks like Zbin. Oh no, contact! AK Destroyer
turn.
into the wall.
Oh.
Oh no, he's
Oh,
rejoined!
no!
He's rejoined in front of a
What the
bunch
hell?
of cars.
What the
That
hell
was a
is that?
terrible rejoin.
Terrible rejoin.
Yeah, and the driver's not seeing the yellow flags. Of course, the car completely obscured there. Samet was
He's done it
caught up.
again.
Yeah, not a good rejoin at all. There's
Absolutely
compound
terrible
accidents
rejoin.
going on up the
Oh
hill.
my.
We've got side by side for the race lead between Pantheo and Highwatt, and Highwatt is through. And that entire kerfuffle was squarely on the incident with AK Destroyer there. He was spun round going into the chicane, but the rejoin caused a follow-up which could have been avoided.
Where you
Change
are,
again
you
here.
know the whole field's coming.
Yeah.
And it's now Elcor is it's actually Panteo going side by side with Highwatt. Panteo around the outside, Highwatt on the inside, and takes the lead. And behind them, it looks like Safor has managed to defend from Elcor. So that's it. It's now lead from Signor's Highwatt.
Oh, I think Martin's had a big crash.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
was
dear.
communicated to Aspire Scream in our ear. And he's had a bad one. It's down to P11. I think he went into the back of Highwatt by the sounds of it.
That car does not look happy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Martin
that is
Capel
quite possible.
drops down from P3. That's a shame because that was a big gain. But yeah, we've got 2 more. Well, this and the long race to go, so plenty more to enjoy as we see Gabba after his pit stop has gained. Well, he's almost back to where he started. He's P17 with 2 places left to go before he's where he started. As TJ is up to P6 in this race and getting past Elcor.
Yeah, TJ around the outside of Elcor, who will be hanging around the inside, and let's see who goes later on the brake as they are alongside, touching the wheels evenly on the brakes, and Elcor will be ahead as we get out of there. And Matt Chester is right on the tail of DJ and could take some slipstream of these 2 into the back straight as long as he doesn't hit the wall, which is a common here.
So dynamic. The car's bouncing through there. Just I love the Live for Speed physics. As we switch back to Gabba, who's carving his way through LG Mies, and is that Matty as well? Yeah.
Yeah, it's Matty right behind them. As is now Magister going alongside DJ. Yeah, still side by side through there, and looks like it's a clean pass.
I mean, the drivers will hate it, but I'm loving the fact that nobody's given these guys an easy ride. Yeah, they cleared out at the front in the first race, but this is their chance to score big points and try and keep ahead. So why let them through? Keep battling.
Yeah, here's Gabor under the pressure from Matty, but here's Safor in a 3-way battle into the first braking zone. And
3 wide.
Yeah, it looks
They've
like
made that work as well.
made it work very well. And let's see if the two drivers behind use the brain and tried to survive that upcoming series of tight turns.
Well, Sufor, what a move there. He managed to go from the back to the front, and now he's already opened up a gap. We can't even see the others. And he's up to the P2 overall with Highwatt within his vision. That is a monster of a performance so
Proper
far.
hold your breath moment, wasn't it?
it's carrying on.
Yeah, he's by side between Alcor and Magister. Alcor on the inside and into the braking zone. Magister goes very wide. I think he will be trying to. No, actually, not. He's still close side by side. But somebody else is trying to take advantage of the slipstream. That is the master race car Gabri. He might go for the 3 wide as Alcor goes towards the left of Magister. Let's see where Gabri goes. If he's even able to squeeze up in between them, there's not really space. Will he try? I don't know. He's following Alcor, and will he go for the dive bomb? He is going so. They have to brake very hard, and this allows Magister to make a beautiful switch back, and he gains both position back straight away. And Rex also takes advantage of Alcor's low speed and manages to gain extra position. It was a beautiful switchback.
This is just perfect racing, isn't it? This is what we need on a Friday evening. Entertainment within LFS. And here we go. Change for the lead coming up potentially. Hiwatt started in P2 and will find himself going down the order potentially if he can't defend off Sufor. But he's ahead before he even breaks.
Has Sufor pitted yet?
He has not. No. He climbed from P14 to P1.
Yeah, but he's not in the lead of the race with a lot of clean air ahead, so it is sensible to pit as late as possible.
Yeah, with the race, with race winner from race 1, Gabba pitting on the first lap from P15, Sufor decided to do the exact opposite strategy, stays out, and now he's got the fastest lap. We'll see how it goes for him.
And Gabba now is back in 15th.
Yep. Long afternoon for him.
And here's Hako against Martin Kapal, who after that mishap in early laps is now gaining position back. Kapal on the inside. And will it be a switchback from fellow competitor Heiko? Actually not. He has to stop behind, so now it's top 10.
On the
yellow flag ahead, somebody has crashed, and it is Panteo who has been to the wall.
He was trying to get the front,
managed to clear the course before they even get there.
Yeah, Kai not having the best of times there. It was a good start to his race, of course. Managed it well around the first lap, but it's gone off the rails a little bit, down to P9 from pole. As we look to the front, Sufor, Hiwatt, spin. Then we've got TJ up to P4 with a bit of a gap now forming between him and Sufor.
Yeah, and here goes Martin Kapal. He doesn't even have to overtake Panteo as he dives into the pit line and use the wall as a brake help.
That's an interesting strategy.
Yeah,
Mind games again, I think.
Yeah.
Gabba on J here. Gabba trying to get around for P12, and that looks like J is still on the inside. Could give him a headache here. No, he's through.
Well, yeah, for Gabba, TJ, and Sufor, they just need to make these moves clean, right? They've got to do it quickly. They've also got to make sure they don't end up getting spun into a wall or clipped or pushed or whatever as they go through these cars.
Yeah, as we've got Majesta here defending from Gabri. He's on the inside. Gabri's looking over towards him. You can see the head moving there. One of the nice, unique features of Live for Speed, as Majesta manages to cover him off. And in the background, we've got Rex, who didn't have a fantastic race 1, who finds himself fully in the mix of this one. As they come out onto the start-finish straight, super, super tight. The front wing being given no room there.
Watch out for Rex. He might go 3 wide anytime soon. He's right behind them.
Yeah, you can't see it from that perspective.
Yeah, he will go for the bomb, I'm calling it, and there's yellow flag ahead. It's a stationary buoy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Who was that parked on the buoy, parked on the apex there? And, Majesta... Well, Rex gets through on Gabri. Majesta has a gap.
Gabri contact. It was very close. And Gabri has lost the base, but Magister is now under pressure.
Gabri's being held up now. He's running to the back of Hako. Yeah, he's trying to get through, but he's obviously hitting the back of cars that are coming out of the chicane slower than he is. And that's what happens. That's what the reverse grid is doing. It's just shaking everything up.
But cleanly. And yeah, Gabba's he's doing it clean now, but that was sketchy.
Well, it wasn't just sketchy. It was under the rear wing of Hako. There was full-on contact. As he wasn't prepared for the lack of grip on the back of Hako's car. Majesta is in the pit lane on his own, I think.
So is Gabri.
Oh yeah, Gabri's ahead of him. There he is, and Majesta gets past to the pit lane. Hako is coming back at Gabba underneath the underpass, as the camera cuts over to them. There we go. Gabba's on the inside. This should be a slam dunk, but Hako has been a headache for Gabba this lap. And finally, he's through. I think that's it.
Is there any strategy of which box to pick in the pit lane?
Yeah, you don't want to go for the final pit box at some tracks because you can't get up to pit speed before you cross the exit line, so it's an inefficient use of the pit lane. Lots of drivers tend to use the first pit box or somewhere in the middle just so they've got more time to plan it. But the last pit stop on some tracks favours drivers. So the beginning, the middle, or the end, a very non-concrete answer from me there.
Thank you, Pete.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and there goes TJ for P2 overtaking Highwood, but TJ has to go defensive, and Highwood goes later on the brakes. He might try switch back, but there's not enough room ahead those tight chicanes to regain position for Highwood. So it's now TJ solidifying his second place.
I'm hoping TJ hasn't pitted yet either.
No.
Because that would be concerning.
It would be. He hasn't.
Yeah,
Any of the drivers that finished high up in the last race who are still at the front of this group have not pitted. So everyone up to Gabba has not pitted. Still battling here with spin.
Yeah, Spin has now overtaken Highwood as well, and we'll now give him a tow in the start-finish straight. As he opts to enter the pit lane, which he does not. And Frost is now blaming Gabber for stepping too early. I mean, he's not wrong, so yeah.
I like that Fraz is doing some armchair commentary for this one. He joins me for commentary on GTI Thursday, but he can't stop commentating, and he's calling Gabber out in the chat. I love it.
Yeah, and Spin was now still going side by side with Highwood, but Highwood had to lift in order to survive the infamous chicane here. There's a yellow flag ahead of them, not sure what there was, but it's now cleared. Somebody may have spun.
We've got a car pulled up actually, Pekarinka. In fact, yeah, he's left the server now, but he was pulled up at the exit of the downhill double left before the on ramp of the highway, and that's caused those flags. But he's gone now. Those flags have gone. So leading the way, 13 laps, about to become 14 in this race. It's Sufor. Wow. TJ is second. My apologies. Here. With about 2.6 seconds to go. Remember, these guys have not pitted yet. They've still got to give us their mandatory pit stop, which could throw all sorts of interesting stuff in the air. Spin is up to P3 with Highwatt, who had P2 at the beginning of the race, still in P4. A good effort from him.
Yeah, in the last 30 seconds, we have lost Pekarinki, Christian from Fragmaster, and Mega from MRC as well. So it was 3 drivers that led the race in the last minute or so. As Gabor is now in P8 and not really enjoying the traffic, especially when the traffic is Martin Kapal ahead of him.
Well, he's not caught him yet, so...
Was it lap 17 that Gabba pitted in the first race? I think it was, wasn't it?
Earlier than that, I think. Was it? Pass. Chris reckons it was around about there, so... Yes, we'll go with yes, Sears.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm just going to say we're sort of vaguely approached that point. So if any of these two front runners want to try and copy that strategy into this one, we're approaching that point in the race.
Chris is going to check, just because we're asking the question. As we switch here to Gabri, who is back with who is it? Of course, it's Manchester.
Classic.
Yeah. Name a more iconic duo from today.
Elcor's. Who was he battling with? Was it Elcor in the first race?
It's Gabri.
Yeah, Elcor is currently on his own in this one, so he's not battling with anybody. But these two are just driving side by side around the whole lap. Gabri leads them through the chicane. Manchester gets a whole dose of dirty air. They do have footstep catching.
Oh, into the wall. Actually goes Gabri, and will be overtaken soon by Manchester as long as he doesn't clip his rear tires.
Oh, I thought he had it then, but he didn't.
No, he pulls out.
He had to slow down.
White lining from Gabri there.
Manchester are outside the brakes later, but Gabri has the preferred line. It's the side by side, but Manchester clips the ball, but has much higher speed out of the corner.
Well,
move.
if you want to use the old squeezing strategy on corner exit, you've got to be ahead. You can't be side by side. You definitely can't be behind, which is what Gabriel was there.
Gabber's caught Martin at the worst place to catch anybody into the chicane and will
That's
lose
the
time.
position, so
Yep.
there's no blue flags.
Nope.
It's for position. Yep.
Gabber's position. Gabber's pitted already. Martin won't give this up in a fight in a jiffy, so he's going to defend it. We're going to see some catastrophic weaving going on. I think. No, he's let him through. There we go. Well, not let him through. Oh, wow! Gabber there. What was that about? Martin's managed to get back through.
I imagine Gabber's going to be in the chat at the moment, having a little whinge, but I mean, he's not done anything wrong, has he?
Well, Martin is making this very difficult, but he has absolutely every right to. Gabber is weaving around in his rear view.
I think he gave up at this point.
I think he's
to win the
given
race.
up. Yeah. Oh, he's gone to the outside line. That's unorthodox, as he's going to try and go around the outside of Martin. Martin's not going to allow that to happen.
We tried to
Gabber
get
with
the
a
power down
snap
early, and it's not
oversteer.
worked.
Well, this is 2 laps stuck behind another car. Not ideal for him.
It's definitely not ideal for his race either, is it? If he wants to try and catch those guys when they pit.
Oh,
Martin to the wall.
Martin.
But he
That
can
could've
take
been- that
advantage
could've
of the
been
draft now, so he can rip us Gabor.
There's an example of just putting a driver under pressure. That's probably what that weaving was about. Let him know you're there.
Psychological. That's what that was. As Martin isn't in the slipstream, not enough to get through into the hairpin.
And Gabor in the game chat just says, "Ah!" Literally. I know, you really feel it.
Yeah, internal screaming, not so internal, as he manages to open the gap to Martin there, up to P6 in the race. But the gap now to Sufor is almost half a lap. Look at this, Sufor's up the chicane already.
And of course,
Gabber's lost 19 seconds to Sufor in this race.
it's not just the points finisher in this one. The finishing place for this is the grid for the next race. There's no second reverse grid. Where you finish is where you start. So
Yep.
Exactly.
that win is important for this one.
Super important. I mean, having just one car between you could be the difference in the feature race. The drivers are that strong. There is obviously the unpredictability of the lapping, which is sort of like, it almost makes this feel like an endurance race, but given the nature of the pinch points around this track, which is the only solace for these guys. Rex Pitts, just in a fight there with Highwatt. He was just about to catch up to Highwatt, actually. Spin also comes into the pit lane.
Well, an interesting one there. TJ has gone for the same lap as Sufor for pitting. He's not tried to split the strategy to try and jump him.
Yeah.
There's too much time difference to really make anything different.
Yeah, it's a
I
big
probably would
gap.
have tried it.
Yeah,
just in case.
undercut or overcut, it doesn't matter here with that many seconds between them.
TJ wants to use the clean air as much as he can and hope that Gabber is not anywhere near him when he comes out of the pits. I think these two should be safe. Gabber's had far too much excitement for this race. Third place
If you
potentially
dare
for
to
him.
call it excitement, then yes.
Oh, I'm going to call it excitement. It's exciting for us at least, and for our viewers. So let's watch TJ and Sufor as they head into pits.
Is that Highwatt needs to pit as well, or
Highwatt needs to pit as
yes,
well.
he does.
this is going to be a very important point here? It was about 10 seconds from Gabble to Highwatt.
Yeah, I mean, Highwatt here. Highwatt's going to be overtaken by Gabber, but Sufor and TJ will come out of the pits as they were. TJ, actually, it might be closer than we may have given Gabber credit. It's close. It's not. It's not cut and dry. One switch, one mistake from TJ, and it could swing the other way. But the gap is too big. It's going to be a second and a half, 2 seconds.
I think these two need to be buying Martin Capella beer after this.
Oh well. Gabber lost 3 seconds behind Martin, Chris says, so that would have been the difference maker. Michael, same again.
Yeah, I'm ready. As we are now watching Sufor overtaking the back marker and onto the start-finish straight for the second time tonight. out of 3. So don't go anywhere when this race finishes. We have more to come. And there he goes. It's the first win of this evening for Master Race Car Safor as he crosses the start finish line, and P2 for TJ and upset for Gabor in P3. Very close behind. Lost only by battle with Flame, aka Martin Kapal, in 4th place for MRC Matti, then Zbin, Fragmaster Rex in P6 and Highwood in P7.
Fight for P10 here, Michael.
Huge battle here.
Look at this. Side by side.
Side by side.
Al's going to get him.
Let's go.
Al's got him.
There.
Did he get him?
Photo
Did
finish.
he?
No, it's equal on time.
Oh, equal. It's not
down,
even...
down to the 100th of a second.
We need a photo finish picture from Chris to confirm who won between Fustuk and Al Payson there.
Yeah,
what have I just seen?
The timing tower says Fistic finished ahead, but it's not always reliable, so we really needed photo finish to figure out who was ahead.
We're going to check it. And let you know.
You guys said this was a good series.
Mm.
And I'll go with that. Photo finish. You joking?
Oh, yeah. No, of course. I mean, 800th race. It's not stuck around for no reason, Sears. But yeah, no, the racing always delivers in Fox Friday.
I'm just gobsmacked.
1.5 meters to Fustuk, says Chris, so not warranting a picture. Cut and dry, says Chris. So yeah, he's not going to waste his Control S on us. So yeah, let's have a look at the results. I think we've still got some drivers coming around to finish.
Yeah, we have 24 finishers.
I think we've got Mega. Is Mega still? Nope, Mega's not one of the finishers.
Mega's left. Oh.
We'll wait a second and confirm for sure. No, that is everybody. We can do a full rundown of the order. As Adam takes a wee break, not literally, as we look at the results. Sufor in 21 minutes and 7 seconds, a slightly slower race time than the last one. The last one was just under 21 minutes. But TJ and Gabba back on the podium, but in a different order to the order they were in before. Matti best of the rest. Spin, Rex, Highwatt, Madjester, Elcor, Fustuk, your top 10. Al Payson there missing out by 1.5 meters with the exact same race time. Begins column 2. Martin Kapal, an interesting race to say the least. Victolo, Hako S, Carfryer, Panteo, Jay, Gabri, Ivan, and Boy are your top 20. Then we had a penalty for LG Mies. Stop-go penalty, interesting. But he finishes in P21. Then AK Destroyer, Nando Alonso, and Tamas, your 24 finishers, with DNFs on this occasion for Christian, Mega, Skyfall, Pekarinki, Champion Plays YT, Hermani, and Samet. 31 results in this race, up from 30 in the previous one. Fastest lap to TJ in this one, a 1:01.64. Which means we have a few minutes left before the start of our feature race. Under 2 minutes, they're doing it quickly because it's just the same results, isn't it, Michael?
Absolutely no need to reshape the grid for the reverse. So we have about 100 seconds ahead from the start of the feature race tonight, which is double the length of each of these sprint races. Will be 40 laps, about 40 something minutes long race, again with mandatory pit stop, and with the finishing order of this race, which was very spectacular, with 2 notable events of AK Destroyer having a really bad rejoin early in the race, causing a lot of havoc, and Matti Kapal really holding up Gabor and deciding who wins this race. And let's see if Gabor can have a redemption in the feature race, which is coming in 60 seconds from now.
Gabba and Sufor are calling for a full reverse grid. Just thought I'd let you know. The organisers are not going to let that happen, and we're going to get a feature race to end all feature races here, because this is going to be as they were at the end of race number 2. We've got Gabba starting in P3 on an unfavourable position with 2 quick cars ahead of him. Matti alongside him as well, who's no slouch. There's still only 4 drivers. In fact, looking at the timetable, 5 drivers who managed to get under 1:01 in this race. That was Sufor, TJ, Gabba, Matti, and Rex, who managed to get under the 1:02 mark. So yeah, some very, very fast drivers. In fact, performing better in the race than they did in qualifying. As we have 10 seconds to go for the third time tonight, Michael Málek, take us away.
Hey ho, let's go. And the grid is set. We are waiting for everyone to synchronize. And there you can see lots of cars with Safar on the pole position, followed by TJ, Gabor, Matis, Ben, Rex, and many more drivers. The lights are on and they are extinguished right now, and let's see who gets the best start out of the leading trio. It looks like TJ had a bad start and is now being attacked by Gabor, and Safar might be under the impression of these two as well. Maybe Gabor will go into the lead if he breaks very late. Let's see, he goes for the dive bomb. Safar is very, very careful through there, and Gabor takes the provisional lead. And there's a crash, Rex into the wall, and a lot of cars were collected. And I see a huge gaggle of cars on the minimap. There's literal physical space. Yeah.
Three Fragmasters cars involved. That's a little bit tragic, to be honest, in their 800th round of the championship, but that is what happens sometimes in racing. Unfortunate for them, but a clean getaway for our leaders, and Gabba crucially up 2 positions to take over the lead in this one.
Yeah. Sorry, it's bad for commentator, but I was just speechless there. That was insane from Gabba. Straight off the start, straight to the lead, laying down a marker.
Yeah, it was
crazy.
Very opportunistic, but very well executed, and I think he can keep it now. If he can keep it now together, he should be able to win this race, but it's still 39 laps to go, so anything can happen, especially when Martin Kapal is around.
Had to just sneak that one in there, didn't you? Here we've got a battle with Ivan and Mad Jester. Martin Kapal is just lurking in the background of this one, but for now Ivan leads. Mad Jester has found another playmate for this race. Been quite a lot of airtime for him in tonight's action, so great to see. Let's see what he can score in this race.
Mad Jester into the wall.
Oof. Yeah, you'd be questioning whether he's happy to have a battle or they just wish he could have a clean run.
Both, I imagine. But yeah, Manchester is always in a fight with somebody and always willing to get his elbows out for the betterment of his race, as Boy and Rex in the pit lane. And that's a shame for Rex. As Martin Kapal there defending the inside from Manchester, covers him off, but now it's going to be Slipstream Central.
Well, it is a massive shame for Rex. I was going to say he's the one to watch, right? Starting not near the front, but the only one similar pace. Massive shame.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Rex has beaten Gabbo on pure pace on the day in previous rounds. It's been well documented that Rex on his day can win anything, and yeah, it's a shame not to have him at the front.
Yesterday is not his day,
but it happens.
And we can see from AK Destroyer's perspective, very close around those walls, that Martin Kapal has lost position to Mad Jester, so now he should be a very pleased Jester.
I mean, the chicane looks tight off board, but when you're on board, wow. How are they doing that?
It's very intense. And as we speak now, AK Destroyer is being cocked up by Elcor right behind him. So it's a long gaggle of cars. And we will see a lot of overtaking on this this start-finish race, actually. As Elcor is now setting up overtake, and who's in the mix is MRC Gabriel as well, so we might go 3 wide anytime soon. Yeah, Gabriel goes through the middle, 3 wide, and looks like Gabriel around the outside of Elcor now. Still around us side by side. Will AK start for a dive bomb? He goes for this. Yeah, Elcor is aware of him and leaves enough space, and little contact that allows Gabriel to get alongside, but yeah, they really have to go single file through there, so the battle is temporarily over.
Am I going insane, or has Gabriel changed car colour?
Yes, he has.
Okay.
He was driving a Mercedes before, yeah.
I'm stuck at I don't remember the skins, so yeah. But this amazing battle is still going on as these 3 drivers are still battling it. It's now AK Destroyer leading the trio into that what we call a final turn, despite the few bends of the upcoming straight. And now Elcor and Gabriel are right on his tail and will be Will it be again 3 wide? Let's see. And sort of. But let's see how it plays out as Gabriel is now giving a push to Alcor, actually. I'm not sure if that's allowed, but let's make it slip. And they both take position away from Akedister. They both
I'm not
slip,
sure
and
about
there's a
that.
contact
Synchronized
between
spinning.
them. Akedister against Alcor, and Summit is around there as well. And luckily they managed to clean everything up ahead of the chicane.
That was smart from Summit. He had to back completely out of it, get on the brakes as Elcor there with a bad exit again, finding himself with AK Destroyer right on his 6.
Well, I'm no steward, but it looked to me like it just went in way too quick and
Rewind.
Summit into the mix. Akedister in the middle, Summit on the inside. Even on the brakes, still 3 wide. A very fantastic clean battle. And Akedister made a mistake and a great under. Whatever that was.
Watch out for Christian here. Christian's got the slipstream of AK Destroyer, goes to the inside. We'll run it along the barrier. And that should be a clean pass before we go for the dunk. And Elcor's pulled alongside again. Fabulous battling down the order here. This is for
Was Christian one of those drivers that got caught up at the start, or is he one that escaped?
I don't think so. I think he's the one that got lucky. The one that got away.
It's a spectacle, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
This is fantastic. As Alcor is now under pressure of Summit.
Was that contact?
It seems like Summit has lost all the speed he was gaining in the toes. But at least we get a nice light braking action from these two. Contact! And it was a spin.
Yeah, Elcor goes round. Has to be careful with the rejoin. Actually checks.
I don't
to
think
see
that
if
was
someone's
intentional.
coming.
I think that was
just rubbing
a
wheels.
racing incident, right?
Yeah.
I've seen worse regions.
No malice there.
Yeah.
Christian, AK Destroyer, and Samet go for a 3-way pass. Christian's going to end up in the lead of this group.
Yeah. Maybe as AK Destroyer goes for the inside, 3 wide, and who goes late? It's AK Destroyer again doing the dive bomb.
Oof.
And switch back from Summit, but he doesn't have enough speed to get back ahead of AK Destroyer, so it's AK Destroyer, Summit, and Christian through there.
Yeah, look at how much Christian has to back off. Yeah, fantastic that he's able to follow them so closely. Even with these massive wings, you do feel the effect of the aero drop over the car. But yeah, Christian was able to keep close, but does drop back onto on the up ramp. Pantheo spectated. He's hit the wall and gone out of the race, unfortunately. So his race is over. We've got Elcor and Mika Sarkinen back together. That's LG Mies, who is in the lead. Nope, they're side by side again.
Elcor's another driver who has not been able to escape being involved in a battle all day so far.
Yeah, Christian is on the outside of AK through turn 1. Oh, the drivers have done a great job of giving each other space through turn 1. It's often a pinch point where we see cars hitting the wall and flying in the air. But there is clearly plenty of grip out there today, and AK Destroyer has P12 wrapped up for now.
Yeah, and Summit is running away. Christian is hitting the wall, but on minor damage, so he can continue as he goes.
That lost him a lot of momentum, wasn't it?
There was Highwatt.
Yeah, Highwatt trying to defend from Ivan R here. Yeah,
it will be a very difficult defense for Highwatt, as Ivan is right in his slipstream and will have a very strong opportunity to get alongside and pass. There he goes, and he might be ahead by the time we even get into the braking zone. Actually not, they have equalized the speed. There's a yellow flag ahead. Somebody was leaving the pit. And looks like... Yeah, it was Marker, and Ivan managed to complete the pass around the outside, which is a fantastic move. As there's Elcor and Mies again. Still battling all race long. And
that's great
switchback. Yeah, they are now in the phase where they are struggling for the grip with the overheating rear tires. So you can see a lot of slips here and there. There's Martin Kappel. He goes for a very late move on whoever that was. And wow,
I'm not sure about that.
that was not very efficient, but it was spectacular. Thank you, Martin.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess it wasn't intentional to lose the rear there, but he's kept some momentum.
Yeah,
Shock
he's-
horror. It's AK Destroyer and Christian again. And so we've got a 3-car crash at the hairpin with El Cor, Mias, and Hermani all involved.
Yeah, that's a tough one here, isn't it?
Ooh.
Especially after all the battling he's had all day.
El Cor pits from P20. Lost a bunch of places there.
Was it Alcott that had contact earlier as well with Gabri?
Pass.
Was it Gabri?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
But Alcor is confirmed to make a pit stop. Yeah, 2.4 seconds for refuel.
Yep, as we cross over start-finish, our race leader makes it a quarter of the race gone in around about 10 minutes' time. So we're on track for the 40-minute target here as Gabba gets around. I think that was Rex, actually, letting everyone through. Such a disappointment for Rex there. Not being able to get involved in this race like he would have wanted to for such a historic race as well. Got to feel bad for him, but it happens, and we are going to be left with a super battle here between Gabba and Sufor. Sufor 1.3 seconds, 1.4 seconds now actually, behind Gabba, who has turned it up a notch, managed to get the jump on the two ahead of him, on Sufor and TJ, in the first lap. In fact, was it before even we got down to turn one, Sears, I think it was?
I think they were side by side in turn one.
Yeah, it was on the brakes, but Gabor really took the opportunity and is now running away. But in about 10 laps or so, we will get into the region where the lead of the race will catch the back markers. And that's where things can get interesting, so let's wait for that.
I'm delving in the old memory here, but I think race one by about lap 10, 11, Gabor had a 1 second lead, and then by the end of the race on 20 laps, it was 1.5. He's already at 1.5, and it's only been 11 laps.
Yeah,
This could be a barnstorming domination drive, or some chaos could happen as he gets to lap traffic.
I am that what you just said
Yeah,
there.
that one.
The cars are more spread out in this race, but in 5 laps' time, we are going to see some lapping as Mad Jester has hit the wall and spun and is losing. Well, he's lost 3 positions there. Martin Kapal, Samet, and Gabri all getting through. So Mad Jester, do you know what? He's had a crash in sympathy and he wants to have more battles. That's what he's done.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's.
I'm bored now. I'm just going to crash.
Bless
Like another fight with somebody. Oh dear.
him.
His manager's saying, make it look like an accident.
Speaking of accident, here's Martin Kapal trying to overtake Samet, so let's watch out.
I like the use of trying.
Goes alongside, goes a bit later on the brake. Samet is well aware of him, tries for a switchback, but doesn't seem to have enough speed. So yeah, he will have to.
Oh no!
Jesus Christ!
Oh my goodness!
How did they make that work?
I don't know, but Manchester must be pleased. He's right on the back of these two.
Exactly. He's back in the
I thought
fight.
Martin Kapal did a brilliant job because going through the apex, it looked like he backed off or just didn't quite accelerate as much as he could have and really held Summit up. And it looked like he'd solidified that position, but Summit just found some pace from somewhere, pulled alongside and snuck it through.
Yeah, well, do or do not, there is no try. And yeah, he couldn't get it done on that occasion, but he's got another attempt this lap as... Yeah.
Are you just egging him on because you know he's
Christian into the pit lane from 12th position on lap number 13. Very well executed pit entry.
a strategic wall grind.
And no pit work done, 1.2 seconds. And out of the pit lane. And he will get back onto the track in P15. And into the clean air. Right ahead of Sinoris Thomas, who has just started his lap.
exactly what he wants, right?
He's now right into the race pace as we are now switching back to Gabor, who is finishing his lap number 14.
Approaching
40.
2 seconds gap.
Yeah, he's turning the screw actually over the last couple of laps. The gap edging closer to that 2-second margin by now only 1/100th of a second.
Are you able to see the lap time difference?
I can work it out. It was 1700ths of a second. Yeah, 1700ths of a second faster for Gabba that lap. And TJ is a further 800ths slower than Sufor. And is, evidently 4 seconds back, but close on single lap pace.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, the margins are close, but the gaps are getting bigger. So we need a bit of traffic to bring these guys back together.
I'm sure that will happen very soon, Pete.
I am also sure. I'd like to draw your attention to it's not an actual battle on track, but it is a lapping happening. Manchester has overtaken El Cor, his old buddy. And
not separate them, can you?
No, not even if they're a lap down, evidently. AK Destroyer now trying to get through El Cor.
Yeah, I think El Cor might be trying to make it easy and giving them gaps, but they're just not going for it.
Yeah, he will give him a lot of slipstream, so if anything, AK Destroyer will benefit of the backmarker here with the well-timed pass.
Yep, 3 goes.
Same with him, which is good. That's what we want to see with lap cars.
Yeah, and Gabba now consistently putting in the lap times that are just faster than Sufor.
And Gabor is soon to catch Victolo for the lap.
Yeah, a few seconds to go.
About 5 seconds between them on the track, so 2-3 laps, and Gabor will be in the region of backmarkers.
Well, someone get on play with Manchester and get him to find a battle.
He will. Give him a minute. Well, there's Victolo, and here comes Gabba. It's going to be a little bit of a gap, but that is the gap between Gabba and his first set of backmarker traffic. AK Destroyer, says Chris, is catching Manchester. So your wish will come true very shortly, probably.
Keep half an eye on that one, then.
Yeah. Manchester just needs to stage another accident, and we'll be right on.
I'm calling Martin.
Oh dear.
Well, of course.
No, he hung up, so sorry.
Very good.
They have nice looking cars.
They're well turned out, eh?
I mean, like you say, it's such a common car to use. It's probably why you see so many lovely liveries on these cars as well. They've really put the effort in.
Yep. I mean, week in, week out, do a lot of practice for this series as well. So you want your car to look nice, and you want to put your team's logos on it.
Did you say this was the most popular car to be used in LFS?
Yep. It's turned the most laps of all
I
the cars.
can see why.
Other than, and I think it's except the demo cars. Yeah, exactly.
The demo cars are more used for obvious reasons.
Of the licensed cars, it is the most popular. I think I want to show you something that might bring a smile to your face. Are you ready for it, Sears?
Yeah. That's amazing.
You like
That's
that?
so good. I love it.
Then I see Matty's iconic helmet.
C is for cutting the corner in Sun City.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, we have a lot of creative skins ever so on the grid.
Can we have him in every race?
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad we've agreed that one.
We've slipped into delirium here a little bit.
I think a little bit,
back to the racing action. Of course, if you're just joining us, welcome. You're watching some broadcasts and the 800th ever Fragmaster's Fox Friday, the longest running championship series in LFS. And if you work out how many years that is for one race a week for 800 rounds, it's almost 16 years. Quite impressive.
If we've got some time, we're waiting for some gaps to close up. Should we have a look at the 555 car?
Sure. No, you're you're a sucker for a good livery. Yeah.
Another great effort. You got his name on the rear wing. That's brilliant.
And we have some action. Martin Capel has thrown has accumulated some sandbags, and allowed Majesta to close up.
As we know, Martin Capel has the biggest of elbows.
Oh yeah, especially if it's Gabba. So we've got Gabri in the pit lane for a lengthy pit stop. What's he doing? Damage repair. So Gabri's repairing his car. We've also got Gabba coming up on Hermani. Hermani is going to go to the pit lane. So too is Gabba. Gabba's in the pit lane. Interesting.
I wonder if that was he planned that one early to come in to avoid the lap traffic.
Maybe.
But then the lap traffic came in.
But then he's going to be battling with cars around his own pace, which is even more confusing. Let's see what he manages.
Unless he works with them, because they still have to pit, right?
He took fuel. He's going to come out behind Ivan.
Yeah, I have a suspicion that Gabor maybe forgot to put out the fuel for 40 laps. So now when the sprint has essentially finished after 20 laps, he's out of fuel, so he had to stop.
He's forced himself into it. I hadn't even considered that, but I wonder how many other drivers we might see running out of fuel this lap.
I also question whether Gabba forgot that or whether he did it on purpose, just to make it a bit more interesting.
Well, only he knows.
Exactly. He'll confirm later, I'm sure.
We say that often about Gabba, that only he knows.
Gabba's pit stop was 2.7 seconds. He spent a grand total of 1 second longer stationary than he would have done otherwise, so it's probably a genius stroke, honestly. You don't lose... you'll lose more than a second with the fuel you've got on board over the duration of a stint, so probably a good strategy.
In the game chat, Gabor himself has confirmed that he did not actually forget, so...
He didn't forget, yeah. He must be listening.
I mean, must have the stream on.
I mean, we did see he was setting consistently faster laps, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, they were very similar pace before, and then he was setting marginally faster laps. Could just be the effect of the fuel.
Fuel, tyres, slipstream, gaining experience, all this stuff all helps. As we've got Majesta again catching car. Majesta needs more bigger logos on that livery as he catches up to the back of Carfriar.
Do you think a big blue, red, and yellow one, maybe?
Well, anything.
Maybe a box?
I don't know. Is that a Need for Speed logo on the rear wing? What does it say? I can't read it, but anyway. I thought it was a...
Is it legal?
I don't know. No comment. That was a good move. That was a good overtake, right? We saw that. We were looking at that. Yep.
You might be looking at the rear wing.
I know, me too. I was too distracted that we missed a brilliant overtake, and Manchester makes it through on Carfriar.
So I think we can assume that it was a good move.
Chris has reminded me, it's not Need for Speed, it's Neo Speed.
Oh, I thought it was a D.
Ned Speed.
Who's Ned?
Who's Ned?
Ah, yes.
Is that dyslexic, Need for Speed?
Manchester is Portuguese, so it's not.
Maybe he's just been
Dutch.
Sponsored by a guy called Edward Speed.
Maybe. We've slipped into delirium here. He's back on the back of Hermani, and that's a backmarker overtake there. So we've got a car leaving the pit lane. We've got Samet closing up on Hiwatt for P7.
This will be a scrap.
Oh yeah, Hiwatt started very high up as usual, and well, it's a good move.
Rear steps
it was
out.
very wide.
He just held it. How's he lost the rear and
Summit
kept
into
the
the
place?
pits.
Okay. He wanted to spoil our fun, didn't he?
It's okay, Sears. You just have to remember about this. I can always cheer you up with that.
And in P3 as well.
Exactly, he's doing a great job. Matty in P3. Sammet's leaving the pit lane. And let's see where he rejoins. He's currently P9, and Gabba is catching up to. Are these legitimate overtakes? Yes, they are. This is for position.
For position between Ivan and Zbin. Battling it out
waiting,
very hardly into that final turn.
They're going wheel to wheel as well.
Yeah,
this is going to be uncomfortable.
Inside, forcing Ivan around the outside, and now Gabba is compromised. Yeah, this might go to the right soon.
This is going to play straight into Sufor's favour here.
Well, yes, but he's also got double slipstream now, so theoretically you can drive straight past him.
I like your thinking, but it's not happening. Yeah, he's still behind them. He's on the outside. What's he going to do?
Oh, he's boxed out, so
this is bad.
I don't know where to go, but it's been for this.
No, he managed it.
To the outside, and beautiful overtake.
Oh, those two behind going side by side as well.
He showed his class there, hasn't he?
No, he showed his impatience. And then something happened that allowed him to get. I can't take anything away from him. He's a talent, but yeah, could have been a little bit more patient on that one.
Well, on the other hand, he made sure that because when he approached, they were busy battling each other. They might not have seen him in the mirrors,
They're
but
still
putting
busy
his car
battling
where he
each other.
did, he made sure they saw him.
Christian Aria says he was pushing them along on the straight, making them feel his presence rather than just see it. We've got,
if it works, it works.
Yeah, don't knock it. As Ivan is in the slipstream on spin, Gabba's already checked out. You can see the pace difference between these two and him. It's unbelievable.
That's a great move. Also, no DRS in this, just how it should be.
Yeah. All very natural racing, and it's something I miss in the top motorsport lately. You really have to earn that overtake.
Yeah, lots of gimmicks being fed into motorsport at the moment.
Don't talk about gimmicks with Michael.
What gimmicks do you mean?
You challenge. Anyway.
But we have overtakes.
I'll change the subject quickly, shall I? Gabba gets past another backmarker,
Yeah,
Victolo.
Sensible driving for the backmarker there.
Yeah, to get well out of the way, and also allows Spin and Ivan to get through.
Yeah, it shows they're being observant there and checking the mirrors. Of course, his teammate as well. He's letting through, but
Gabba's so busy driving fast that he's currently asking Michael questions in the chat. That's fantastic. Michael, tell him to focus.
Are they interesting questions?
Very interesting questions, but I'm not sure we should open that topic.
We're not opening that topic on the broadcast, not right now.
It's not safe for work at the moment.
Not a topic I'm willing to talk about.
I'm sure that'll be distracting all the other drivers in the race as well.
Oh, absolutely. It's all a play. It's a distraction technique for this man, Sufor, who is coming up to complete lap 27 of 40.
I mean, so can we assume that these two are going to go, Sufor and TJ, they're going to go right to the end again, I would assume?
Yeah, for sure. If they've gone past the halfway point, they've got enough fuel, and they're going to keep track position. There's very little reason for them to pit. Oh, who was that? Was that Al Payson? It must have been. Al Payson looping it out of turn one and finds himself with a Sonoris car right behind him as he rejoins. Car fryer.
Yeah, and these two are getting a blue flag. Yes, Mate in P3 is now pitching up to them very quickly. So they have to move away from the racing line. Yeah, here's happy Mate.
I have to do it. It's only polite, right?
But no reaction from Adam. He must be sleeping.
I was busy doing some maths, is my problem. I was just thinking, at the end of the last race, when...
we just said C4 wouldn't pit, and he has. So it shows what I know.
Maybe he did a similar fuel thing.
No, he has. But slightly
Interesting.
slower, slightly quicker pit stop, 0.6 of a second faster. But where is Gabber? Gabber's going to be through. He's going to be through and clear.
I mean, it's eyes on TV now and see what he does. But so what I was thinking earlier was that I think the gap before the two guys pitted was 19 seconds back to Gabber, and when they finished it was about 3. So theoretically, if you're within 17 seconds, you're going to overtake them.
That
Gap
checks.
at the moment?
Well, now to who?
To TJ. Gabber to TJ.
Yeah, Gabber will be through.
Yeah.
Easily.
There is 12 seconds between them, so it's very clean.
Yeah.
Which would put him theoretically down in what, 6th at the moment?
Yes, if he
Although
pits
I'm
now, but
guessing
we don't.
Ivan and Spin and Matthew haven't pitted yet.
We'll get the pit stops on the stream.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, it's
it'll be
presumably
third.
still 3rd.
And fastest lap goes his way.
Wow. Of course, low fuel as well, though, right?
Got a fight here for position between Christian and Samet. This is for the final place in the top 10. Battle for P9, essentially. Christian through.
Temporarily.
I mean, I hate to say it, made it look easy.
Yeah, slipstream overtake, which is going to be repaid over start finish here. So we get a nice look at the redesigned Fragmaster livery. A couple of years old at this point, but still a looker as we head over start finish. Nice view.
He's held it as well.
Oh,
That was very close.
Nice.
But fair enough.
So much confidence in each other driving there to keep that one pinned as much as they did.
Yeah, they really have to trust each other to not mess up.
Brilliant to watch. Wherever we look, we've got great racing going on tonight. The drivers bringing their A game to tonight's action, and then we're going to see some more side-by-side action here.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a waiting game, isn't it? Here we go.
Oh.
Managed to avoid bumping wheels. And yeah, clean through.
Temporarily,
yeah.
Until the next slipstream straight.
Yeah, this is sort of all racing essentially.
Two massive straights lends itself to this sort of racing. Samet has
Christie's
got
lost
an
the
overlap.
slipstream though because he was too close. He's had to pull out and he's lost that actual slipstream.
Yeah, but he's on the inside, so he's in a very good position.
And he's through.
For now.
Yeah.
Was that someone having a look into the chicane then? Surely
Little
not.
hit from Christian.
Yeah.
And up for overtake number I don't even know. And Samet is already ahead of Christian.
I lost count about 5 minutes ago.
Let's let them battle.
Oh, this was very close. Samet was now forced onto the wall by Christian. It was very close, but no harm done. And there's a temporary switch of position between these two.
And while we're here, I will say, because I am apparently the livery man now, I've not seen the Fragmaster livery before. Huge fan. Love it. Love the colours. Love the design. They've done a brilliant job with that.
Oh, side by side through the little kink. We don't count that as a corner still, but that could have been a crash quite easily. And they have switched positions again. Let's find out what Matty thinks of it. Yeah, he's happy.
And Christian into the wall.
Oh!
Yeah, losing the rear.
I would say finally.
That was a huge slide.
Yeah, and that does sort of bring to an end that battle for now. Gabber's got another fastest lap in the traffic, and he's closing up to the back of Payson. Sufor has caught up to Gabber hugely here. Payson, very good heads-up driving there to get out of the way and allow these two to go through. But yeah, Gabber he says in chat he's flat out, and Sufor is still closing on him here.
Sorry, Pete. He's flat out, but he's got time to type in chat.
Oh, of course. Yeah. As we switch to Gabri. Gabri's going for a move here on AK Destroyer.
Late dive. We dive from equidistant very late dive.
Ooh.
And good overtake by Thomas.
Yep, you've got to be there to capitalise on that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's all about racing, isn't it? You just got to put yourself in a position to capitalise should the person in front of you make a mistake, and then just try and pound in the laps. That's what he's done. He's got the place.
But let's reset the order, shall we? 34 laps in, and the drivers in our top category here that haven't pitted so far are TJ and Matty, and no sign of TJ pitting just yet, with Ivan, Ben, Hiwatt and Martin also not having pitted yet. And that's everyone.
I think this does force TJ to go right to the end now, though, because if he pits now, he's going to get stuck in traffic. He's lost any kind of window.
There is a lot of traffic ahead of TJ, so I think he might be forced to pit sooner and hope that he leaves the pits in a more sensible place, because there are these 5 silver cars ahead of him.
It'll be massive. If he pits now, it'll be dependent on Ivan, right? And where he comes out in relation to him.
We need to keep an eye on this. It literally takes one twitch from Gabba, and Sufor is going to be handed a slipstream, and we're going to see a change for the lead. Sufor is absolutely on it here, and Gabba is struggling to maintain the gap. It's down to below a second. In fact, it's within half a second, isn't it?
Well, before pit stops, he had 2-second gap, right?
Yeah, not on a 7/10 of a second.
I mean, the other thing to note is because they're open wheel cars, and obviously LFS suspension is a big deal, especially when you clip in walls and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's something to watch out for as well, right? Especially with a longer race. That stuff can build up.
Exactly. Tiny hits here, tiny hits there, all build up over the duration of a race. That's why we've seen drivers repairing at pit stops. And it's one of the little things that I just love about LFS, that you really have to look after your machinery, even in these sort of slightly longer feature races, as Gabba and Sufor both sliding through turn 1. Gabba has opened up the gap slightly on this lap, visibly, almost disappearing from view through the chicane section. Interesting bit of trivia, this is the most recent combination to be added to South City. It was added after the S1 combinations, as Carfryer smashes the wall behind these guys and allows Nando Alonso through. That's for position, that's for P16.
In the 555 car that we saw earlier.
Yeah, making up a place. But we keep the cameras trained on this battle.
The thing with the damage thing, though, is that these guys have both made that early pit stop for the fuel strategy, but they've lost any flexibility in case there is some kind of minor incident with damage. They're now stuck for the rest of the race. You can see how much they're pushing, can't you?
Yeah, I'm just listening to it, trying to seeing how they take it flat out. I mean, when you're in the driving seat, it's so hard to not lift through there sometimes. But in order to be at the top of this race, you've got to take it flat every lap. Otherwise, you're going to give a lot of time away.
Like you say, they've been doing these cars around tracks on LFS for 800 races now, just in this series alone. So they are going to know exactly what they can do with these cars to get them flat through that corner. But knowing you can do it is very different to doing it. Especially
doing it 80 times in an evening. More than that, actually, 81 if you count quali. 82 actually, if you count quali.
And as we saw Gabba exiting corners and bumping people because he thought they'd be going quicker than they were. Do that and get it slightly wrong, you're in the wall and your race is over.
Well, it comes down to it now that is even more important than ever, because we've only got 2 laps to go after this one. Sufor has to dig deep and, well, at this point, hope for an error. TJ and Matty have but 1 lap left before they have to come into pit lane. When's TJ going to do it? Does he want to take it all the way to the end.
TJ
He's in.
Oh, he's gone for it.
What's he going to do?
Matthew does so as well.
So yeah, they're going to try and cover off one another, even though the gap is pretty big. TJ is on the move. Gabba is going over start-finish. Gabba and Sufor will both be through. And TJ will resume in P3 in this race as he heads over the overpass. And he should be ahead of Ivan, who takes the fastest lap. So maybe not, well, close. Ivan, with out of nowhere, fastest lap. And he could be within slipstream range in the 2 laps we've got left here.
Oh yeah, with that lap, that'll give him confidence, right?
For sure.
Go
and
for
TJ will be just coming out of pit lane, having had a bit of a break. So if Ivan gets a good exit here, and well, yeah, it's not close enough.
Not close enough, but might be in the next turn.
If TJ had waited that extra lap, he would have had 1 lap to do it, and he wouldn't have been able to do it. But now you're thinking, I've got 2 laps here. I can push and make that gap up, potentially. So
well,
if you're giving him more confidence.
Well, maybe, but ultimately he's come out of the pit lane and given Ivan 2 chances to have a slipstream rather than just 1. And
he's into the pit
Ivan
lane.
pits. Fastest lap though, stolen away by Sufor.
No fuel, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Or well, yeah, very low fuel for the whole grid really. The spin also comes in through the pit lane, and we're on the final lap of our feature race, where we celebrate with the Fragmasters team their 800th event in the Fragmasters Fox Friday Championship in Live for Speed. And I think it was a fitting event for sure. Like, you can't argue with the racing action we've seen tonight, gents.
It was a very well executed racing, and I'm very happy to be here. And we are now in the final lap, final turn, as Gabor is on the exit of the turn and onto the start-finish straight, not minding the left and right bend here and there. And in a few seconds, Gabor will win the feature race of tonight's 800th Fragmaster Fox Friday event. He goes over the finish line now, and only 9/10 of a second behind in P2 is Master Race Car Safor. Well, good job from him as well. And third place by TJ from Road to Preza, 5 seconds behind the race winner. And P4 will go to Mate 14 from Master Race Car. And then who's next over the line in P5? And it seems like it will be Ivan after his late pit stop in P5, 22 seconds behind the race winner. Then Zbin, Samet over the line now, because they floored by backmarker Hermione. Then in P8, Fragmaster Christian, the faster Fragmaster driver in this race, followed by Highwatt. Manchester completing the top 10. 11th, Martin Kappel. 12th, Master Race Cars Gabri, followed by Thomas, AK Destroyer. And then cars that are at this one up down, FM8 Payson, Nando Alonso, Carfryer, Elcor, Boy, LG Mies 2 laps down, and Herman at 21st, and last car to cross the set finish line.
Indeed, thank you very much, Michael Málek.
Yeah, and by the way, the fastest lap goes to Safor in the end.
Whoa. That would have been last couple of laps then, right?
It was the last lap.
Yeah, must have been the last lap.
Yeah. TJ got the same lap time as Ivan. Sufor posted the fastest lap. Oh yeah, Gabba as well. All right, that is the results of the feature race. Another corker completed in 41 minutes and 35 seconds. And yeah, should take a bit of a breather. I think we are opening up the commentary box for people to come and say hello if they want to. So we'll give them a couple of moments to come over if they want to say hello to us after this event.
Well, I just want to thank you and the Fragmaster team before we do that for letting me commentate on that. That was insane. That was so good to watch. I had such a good time.
Happy to have you along. Yeah, good for you to see some racing outside of the Retro Cup Championship, and yeah, to experience what it's like with these cars. They're phenomenal, and that's the reason why they're so popular, and that this series is still going on.
Why there's a series of single cars for the whole time. It's impressive.
Well, indeed. Al Payson is going to join us in the commentary box. Al, welcome.
Hello.
It was a tricky one, but we enjoyed it
sure.
immensely.
Yeah, I lobbied for this track, because I wanted to look like a loser in front of my family and friends,
Well, yeah, it didn't go all your way. You got that P11 in the second race, which was a brilliant one by about 1.5 meters on Fustuk. So not quite a top 10, but you definitely put on a show there.
Yeah, I almost had it. I think if you look at the replay, my nose might be ahead in that at the line there.
Unfortunately for you, we've checked the replay. Chris is going to check the replay again now that you just said that. But he confirmed it was 1.5 meters and not worthy of a screenshot even. So if it
think
turns
he
out
said that just to take my first ever photo finish away.
Maybe. I feel like he has to provide a photo now. Race 2, Chris.
Well, I'm happy you guys saw that, and at least I hope we gave you guys a good show, because after 800 of these things, today was the last race we raced was my 701st of these.
That's insane.
So I wish I could have put on a better show for you guys, but hey.
Well, no, the event as a whole put on a show, but let's hear from first-time Fox Friday viewer, Adam Sears.
Yeah, I had a really good time. Yeah, thank you for putting it on. It was really good. What I did, were you involved in the start crash between all of the? There's like 3 or 4 different Fragmaster cars that got caught up in the start crash in that last race.
The last race, I think so.
Yeah.
You know what happened there? Because that looked a bit chaotic with teammates.
I gotta tell you, I gotta look. I can't remember it.
He's already erased it from his memory. Thanks, Sears, for
there's 3 races. With 3 races, I can't remember every turn. I don't know. I have to go back and look.
If you put all that stuff out of your mind and carry on going, I think.
Yeah, let's focus on the positives. The positives are, Al, basically that was a super event and a nice way again to celebrate the milestone, the 800th, and almost 16 years of Fox Friday. It goes from strength to strength, and a great turnout, some great racing. You've got to be happy with the event at least.
Oh, absolutely. I can't wait to turn on the broadcast and watch it with my wife. Although I don't know if she'll be as excited about it as I will, but I'm looking forward to it.
Well,
we hope so, there, right?
Yeah, for sure. Of course. I mean, yeah, the 800th is it's the longest running championship in Lift Speed, as we mentioned a couple of times. And
I think it's the longest running anywhere, isn't it?
Probably. May it continue because it's still bringing a huge grid week in, week out, and why not? So, well, congratulations first of all, and we'll confirm that. Chris is now saying that you did win because you did get ahead by less than a foot.
Was it at the line?
At the line, yeah.
The story changes.
The timing line is in a different place to the actual line. Chris is giving us this exposition in our ears. You guys can't hear it, but
it sounds like excuses to me, really.
Yeah, I don't know, but anyway. Al Payson beat out who was it? He was even racing in.
I think it was Elcor or was one of the SYN cars. I'm sorry.
Anyway, you got P10. That's all that matters.
Well, I do points, so I don't want it to look bad. If I put myself in 10th, I want it to be proven to the driver who I raced against.
Sure.
First, before I actually go ahead and do that.
Provide it to
Al. Everything's on the up and up with me, okay?
Exactly. No, well, and us too. We don't want to report the wrong results, but Live for Speed had it the other way around. But on recount, the recount of the recount, it looks as though you actually pipped him. But anyway, we hope you enjoy watching it back. It was a super event. We've enjoyed ourselves hugely, and we hope you. That's going to come across, I think, when you rewatch it. So we hope you enjoy it. And we'll let you go. Thanks again, Al.
All right, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, all that stuff.
Thanks, Al.
Cheers.
Next time, let's bring this thing to a close then, gents. As we wrap it all up, all that's left to say, as I said before, is thanks to the Fragmaster team for having us along. I really appreciate their support, of course, for allowing us to put this on for them. Thanks to the viewers, of course, for their support too. The drivers, they're the stars of the show tonight. They put on a super performance. Congrats to Gabba on the double win, Sufor for the win in race 2, and to everyone else for putting on a show. Michael, Málek, Adam, it's been a pleasure.
Absolutely.
I'm converted to the Fox cult. I think you said this earlier, to the pickup series, so people should go and have a go, because that looked properly fun. Thank you.
Yeah, it is. It's the gift that keeps on giving. One final thanks to Chris McElroy in the background, who was very busy today, shouting out all the action in the background, so that was very useful too. But yes, that brings to a close our coverage of the 800th Fox Friday event in Live for Speed. From all of us here at Sim Broadcast, we wish you a great evening. If you want to catch more action from the championship, you can do, because it's happening for the next 3 weeks until the end of the year. The championship is not over. It continues through to the end of the year. Note, the final round has a different start time if you do want to compete, so please do so. But from all of us here at Sim Broadcast, to all of you, have a great evening. We'll see you on the next one. Good night.
Good night.